Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a great big huge box here. I received it a few days ago from D&D. They are a gel polish brand. They have like combo packs that come with a gel polish and a regular polish, so I picked up some of those. This was an end of year sale that they were doing. They had their gel liners on sale. They were like $2.50 a piece. You could get like a whole collection. You got a little holder for it. So I ordered a couple of collections, and then I also ordered a few just gel polish and regular polish combo sets. So I've got a great big huge box, and I have opened it because I didn't take anything out. I mean, other than I just looked at the shipping sheet that I'm not going to show you because it's got my address on it. But they sent me a partial refund, and I can show you this one. I ordered this collection, this Palladium bundle of their gel liners, and number 62 was out of stock, so they refunded it because it was out of stock. So I got an email just before this shipped telling me that they had partially refunded it, but I didn't know which one they refunded me for because it wasn't in, the information wasn't there, just that they had refunded me like $2.50, which is fine. I'll just wait until that one comes back in stock, and then I'll just order it like with my next order that I place sometime down the line. But they always ship the boxes that the duo packs come in. I don't ever keep these, I just toss them because that's not how I keep my polishes. I keep them up on the rack. The D&D are probably going to be stored in a drawer with some other polishes, so that's just going to get thrown away. And we've got a bunch of bubble wrap on top here, and then these right here are what, if you ordered an entire collection of the gel liners or mix and match 18 of the gel liners, you got a free like display case for it. And I'm gonna open this up real quick. So it's just a clear, get the plastic off of it so I don't hit my camera. So it's just a little plastic doodad. It's got a lid. Real technical terms here, a plastic doodad. It's a plastic case or acrylic case. It's got little plastic feet on it, and it's got the little the holes to hold the gel liners upright, so you can display them and you can keep them, you know, from becoming a mess. So in here you can see I have a whole bunch of little bundles here, and then down here below I have the polish and the gel polish packs, and then I have the other polish holder, which thankfully they didn't like penalize me for not getting a full 18 from that set that had one that was out of stock. So I did end up getting the two for the two sets that I ordered. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this stuff unwrapped because it's just gonna be a mess of a mess, and then we'll kind of go over the colors and what I got and which one is missing, and give you my thoughts and stuff on that. So I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I got it all out, unboxed, all the crinkly stuff's gone. I put these all in number order for the platinum set and the palladium set of the gel liners, so we'll go over those real quick, and then I'll go over the gel polishes that I got. So first off, we'll go with the palladium set, the one that's got the one that was missing, which was number, I think 62. So number 62 was missing, and it is, I believe it's called like 24 karat, or it's something gold. So not surprising that that one would have been sold out like right before or right after Christmas, end of year type sale. So I'll just keep an eye out for that one and pick that one up at a later date when I go back to order some backups of some other stuff. that I got. So these are their gel liners. And like I said, this is the Palladium set. And then they have one called the Platinum set. Now these are all, I'm gonna zoom in here so I don't have to hold it up far and we can get it in focus. Okay, so we have the Palladium. This one is DND 55. And these are all like glitter gel liners. So they're all sparkly, they're all gel, or like liner gels. You can, you know, decant some of this on a palette and use it for a full nail. It's just a gel polish. I believe it's just kind of like a thicker consistency. It has a pretty thick consistency, but they all come with this teeny tiny, I'm gonna get most of the stuff off the brush. They come with a really teeny tiny thin brush to do your art, your lines, you know, and stuff like that. So that one was number 55 and it is a green. 56 is dark. Oh, they do actually have names. This one was just called green. So there we go. 55 is green. And then 56 is dark green. And that one's a nice, like, Christmassy green. Also would be good for St. Patrick's Day. The light blue, number 57. So number 57 is a nice light blue, very sparkly. 58 is just called blue. So it is a little darker than our light blue. I'll give it a little stir up there to get the color. Oops, I got the bristle twisted around. Come on, buddy. Oh, maybe he was sticking up to begin with. I'll have to trim him off. But there's the blue. Number 58. Blue. '59 is called purple. Very pretty. Yeah, these definitely have a very thick formula, so they're going to be really good for art, which is what they're, you know, kind of meant for. And then we have dark purple, which is number 60. So our dark purple. And I just want to compare that real quick to our purple. I mean, it's going to be darker, but, you know, we'll just do a little comparison. Yeah, it's definitely darker. Got a little bit more of a blue tone than purple. So this is purple, dark purple. Coming off a little bit more blue on the screen, but it is just purple. But very pretty. Oops, oh, I just made a mess. Get back in there. Okay, and then we have number 61, which is yellow. And like I said, number 62 is the like gold, so we're not gonna have that one to see, but this is a really bright yellow. Nice to see a bright yellow, sparkly. And then skipping over 62 because we don't have 62. It is, maybe it's called like light gold or something like that, because this one is called gold. So I'm not sure, maybe if I find it, I'll pop it up on screen what number 62 is right here. But number 63 is gold. Very pretty, very classic, straight up, you know, just yellow gold. Very nice. Then we have light gold. Well, okay, now it's not going to be called light gold. What's it going to be called? Oh, well, I will have put it up on screen. But number 64 is light gold. So this is going to be more of like a champagne gold. Give it a little stir, because these are very thick. But yes, we have champagne gold, or champagne gold, which is called light gold. And then we have light copper, number 65, light copper. So this is going to be more that like kind of an orangey. This almost looks like a rose gold, which is pretty. Pretty. Definitely feeling like a rose gold vibe with that, which is really nice. I like it. And then we have rose gold. Well, okay, what's number 66? Rose gold. This one's gonna be pinker, maybe? Yes, definitely has one. I would classify this as like a rose silver. The other one was a little bit more rose gold. It had more of kind of like an orangey tint to it. This one is just that straight up kind of like pink sparkly. I would say this is more of a rose silver, but they call it rose gold. And then our next one, 67, is called bronze. So this is a nice like brownie kind of sparkle. I like it. And then we have number 68, which is called gray. So I'm assuming it's gonna look kind of silvery, maybe like a pewtery kind of silver. Yeah, it's definitely like a gunmetal. This one looks like it's a little thinner consistency running down the neck of the brush. But yeah, it's definitely like a gunmetal type gray, silver, with a bunch of sparkle. Very pretty. And then we have number 69, which is silver. So this one's gonna be your straight up silver sparkle. Very pretty. And I'm not 100% sure if these ones like match, if they have a palladium and a platinum gel polish line. I don't know, I haven't really looked into it. But they could be the liner brushes to go with that. But we have number 70, it's called charcoal. So this one is like kind of like your basic black sparkle. Very pretty. It's not super duper black, so it's not hiding the sparkle. You can still see it's very twinkly. This one also looks like a little bit thinner of a consistency than what some of them were, but maybe they just need a good stir, you know, to kind of loosen them up a bit. And then we have number 71, which is called red. And we're back to that thicker consistency. So maybe it's just the type of glitter that's used. But this one is red. And then we have the last one here is number 72, which is called light red. So it's maybe going to be a little pinker. Yeah, it's kind of like your, I guess kind of that straight up like classic red. Like the other one was that little bit deeper. This one is kind of more that classic bright, kind of almost orangey toned red. But super pretty. I really like, I'm just getting everything off of the brush. I really like the thin, it's like a thin liner brush, but it's got like the cap handle so you can really kind of work with it. And these would be good, these brushes. I know some places will use these like liner type brushes in an empty bottle, and they just use it for their nail art because of the handle, because it's easy to hold. Like it's got a good, you know, handle that you can hold instead of a brush that has a skinnier handle. But yeah, so that is the Palladium collection, minus number 62 because it was out of stock. But like I said, I will pick that up at a later date when it comes back in. I've got it set to like notify me when it comes back in stock so I can pick it up. And even if it's not $2.50, I mean, getting the rest of them for $2.50 a piece, I mean, it'd be worth it to pick up that one at its regular price. DND polishes are very affordable to begin with. Most of their like duo packs you can get for like $12, which is a really good deal. So you're basically getting, like if you're paying $10 for the gel, you're paying $2 for the regular polish. Or if you're like splitting them in half, you know, 6 and 6, $6 is a really good deal for a gel polish. And most regular polishes out there are $6 to $10. So I mean, you're getting a really good deal. My camera battery is getting ready to die, so I'm gonna switch that real quick and then we'll move on to the platinum, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back, new battery, ready to rock and roll. So we have, next up is the Platinum Gel Liner Collection, and this one I was able to pick up the whole collection. Although it said, and that's what had me confused when they emailed me to refund one, I thought it was going to be one of these that was out of stock. Because when I placed my order, I was able to place the order for the Palladium set. It still said it was in stock, but the Platinum set said that it was out of stock. But each of the individual colors were in stock. So I went through and I added them individually to my cart. So I was assuming one of these would be the one that was out of stock, but it wasn't. It was one of the Palladium ones. So we got the whole entire collection of the Platinum. And we'll start back here in the back. This one, it starts with 37 and it's silver. So it looks like these are a little bit less like big, chunky, sparkly. It looks like a little thinner of a consistency. Kind of a little bit more of a chromey finish, but still sparkly because it's glitter. That's number 37, silver. And then we have charcoal, which is 38. Which is kind of like that charcoal, like almost black sparkle. And then we have copper, which is number 39, which some of these, I mean, obviously the color names are going to be similar. They're kind of a similar collection from the Palladium collection. These, I believe the Platinum collection has like smaller particles, but they're still glittery. And I knew that going into it, that they were going to all be similar. So like, for instance, the charcoal, just because I can see that one, we have charcoal. Oops, well, if I can open up the box. Okay, so we have our Platinum, number 38 charcoal, and we have the Palladium, number 70 charcoal. And they're similar, but they're different. So the Platinum one over here, the one that I'm moving, is lighter. And the Palladium one over here that I'm now moving is darker. So this is more of a black with the sparkle. This has like more of a silvery base. It's gonna drip. So it's got a little bit more of a silvery base, as where this one is a little bit darker. So you wouldn't necessarily need both. If you were picking up one or the other of these collections, you wouldn't necessarily need to get both. But I thought for $2.50 a piece, they would come in handy for nail art. Okay, so we did the copper, so now we're gonna go with red coppers, number 40. Red copper. And this one is kind of like almost an orangey red, not quite a burnt orange. It is a little bit lighter than what it's coming up on screen, but it's pretty close. So it's got a little bit of a burnt orange with a little bit more of a red, you know, that kind of reddy copper color. And then we have number 41, which is brown. So there's brown. And it is, you know, just a straight up like chocolatey brown with sparkle. And then number 42 is rose gold. So we have rose gold. Oh, and it's very pink. I would classify this more as like the pink, or just like a straight up pink. Or like a rose silver, like that other one that had a little bit more silver to it, that was the rose gold. This is like way more silver. It's very pretty. It almost has like a lavender undertone. You might be able to see that on screen. It kind of, to me on the screen, it looks like it's coming off a little purpley. In real life, it also has just like a little bit of like that kind of violety undertone. So I wouldn't necessarily call that rose gold. And then here we have number 43, which is called Pink. And it is very bright, kind of that bright Barbie pink. So very pretty, very pretty. Number 44 is Hot Pink. So this is gonna be more like a magenta. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit more on the magenta side. Still kind of a Barbie pink, but like that deep Barbie pink. Very pretty. And it's more sparkly than what it's coming up on camera. In real life here in daylight, I'm getting quite a bit more sparkle. And then number 45 is red. So we have red, number 45. And this is a really pretty like Christmassy red. So I wonder how that compares to, just because I can see it here, number 71 red from the Palladium collection. So let's do a little comparison of these two. Okay, so they're different. This the Platinum one has a little bit more of a pinky undertone, where the Palladium one here is kind of that more like fire engine kind of red with the sparkle. This has a little chunkier sparkle to it. This has got the finer, which I think kind of is what separates them. They look quite a bit more similar on camera, but like in real life, this one's got a little bit more of a pinky undertone. And I just got it on my finger. Get that off so I don't make a mess. So they're similar, but not the same. So again, you wouldn't need both collections, but there's, you know, some similarities, some differences. So 46, we have dark red, which this one is probably going to be closer to that red from the Palladium collection, but less sparkly. Well, not less sparkly. Oh, on focus. Just different sparkly. So this one needs a little bit of a stir. There we go. It's more of a, it almost has more of a shimmer to it, which most of the Platinum ones here have been more on the shimmery side rather than the like chunkier glitter. So here we have number 47, which is orange, which is what we might be missing from the Palladium one. That gold, it might be like more of an orange. But this one is like a bright orange, more of like a summery orange, not really burnt orange, just kind of your straight up orange. And then we have purple, which is number 48. And this one is really super bright, like summery purple, very pretty. But these definitely, the Platinum ones definitely have more of a shimmer, where the Palladium is more of a, almost that foily glitter finish, like the Madame Glam gold and silver and rose gold that they came out with. But our next one here, number 49, is called dark purple. So there's that one, dark purple. It's a little bit, it's showing up a little bit more like bluey toned purple on the screen. At least to me. I don't know if in you know, playing it back, if it's gonna look more like true to the purple that it really is. But it's a little bit more of that like plummy purple. Super pretty. Next up we have number 50, which is called blue. So it is just your straight up like primary blue sparkle. Super pretty. Will come in handy for sure. Then we have number 51, which is dark blue. Looks like it might, I mean, from the outside, it looks like it might be a little bit of a teal. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a teal hint to it. It looks more straight up blue on camera, but it does have just a little bit of that greeny undertone to make it like a tealy blue color, but more blue than green, but kind of more teal than like the straight up blue. So then next we have number 52, which is called Lime. And it's gonna be, how does it, oh, it's just got a scratch on the lid. Okay, I thought the lid was broke. So this one is kind of like your neon kind of summery green. Sparkle with that like silvery sparkle. Super pretty. And then number 53 is just called Green. And I think we had a green and a dark green in the other set. So there's our green. And just because, okay, so we have our green in the Palladium, which was number 55. We will compare. Now these ones might be like a continuation of the Platinum, you know, like they just kept going number-wise, but so those are very different. This one's more of a bluey toned green, but still like that kind of straight up green. This one's more of a summery, like grass green. So there's those two, the two greens. And thankfully, D&D gives a number and a name to their polishes so that, you know, they have the same name. Then you'd be looking at, you know, how many of our different ones are called green or dark green or blue or whatever. So you can just look for the number. And I always put on my swatch sticks, any of the D&D polishes that I have swatched, I put the number and then the name so that I know if it's from a certain collection, like I'll know which one to look at. But our last one here, number 54, is called Dark Green. Will it focus on that? It looks pretty blurry to me. Focus. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, there we go. Okay, so dark green, number 54. And here's that one. So this one I think actually looks a little closer. I'm gonna bring that other green back out here. This one actually looks closer to our green. So 54 and 55. So we have Platinum 54, Palladium 55. And they are, oops, they are super similar. I'm gonna say in real life, the Platinum one is just a little bit more of like a yellowy undertone to make it that kind of like Christmassy green, where this one, the Palladium one, is just got a little bit of a hint of blue maybe to make it kind of just a little bit of a cooler tone. So we have a warmer tone, cooler tone. But these are very similar. Again, you wouldn't need both of these collections, I don't think. I'm just a sucker for freebies and a sucker for a sale. So I ended up getting both collections because you got the little free holder to put them in. So that's nice. And I can have these sit out where I'm gonna know I'm gonna like label it, put like Platinum collection and Palladium collection, and have them, you know, right off to the side where I can grab them when I need to do some art. And I know like if I need like a black shimmery or a green shimmery, I can grab it. Okay, so these are 7, 8. I picked up 8, basically 8 different reds. So I'm always on the lookout for the sparklies, the shimmeries, any of that stuff that I can't really find, or things that are a little bit different and unique. Not that these are definitely unique, you know, as much, but I'm always looking for the sparklies. So I picked up, this first one here is actually a backup. I have it already. It's called Naughty or Nice. And it is, I'm just gonna open up the the regular polish one. It is a super sparkly red. I used this one quite a bit for Christmas nails this year. It is just a red jelly base with like super sparkly red glitters in it, like really metallic-y red glitters. I don't know if that's really showing a lot of the sparkle or not, but it's really pretty. It's like probably fine and super fine glitters in there, so it's not like super chunky, so it lays really nice on the nail. And yeah, it was like a fan favorite for Christmas this year. And it's a good straight up red that you can use for Valentine's Day, 4th of July, anything like Memorial Day, any of those types of holidays where you're doing like red, white, and blue. For us here in the US, you know, red, white, and blue. I guess maybe in the UK you guys are also red, white, and blue, so whatever holidays you celebrate that you would do like red, white, and blue with you know, your country's flag and all of that for nail art. But yeah, so this next one here is called Cherry Citrus, and it is similar. It is very similar to our Naughty or Nice, but I believe this has a little bit more of a berry undertone, and it looks like, at least in the regular polish, that it's got a little bit more of like a, almost a coppery gold kind of flash. But yeah, this one is definitely similar to Naughty or Nice, which is, it's nice. It's nice to have something that's close, but it looks like it's got a little bit chunkier glitter, and maybe that base is just a little bit more of a berry tone, like around the neck of the bottle. It looks a little bit more of like a berry tone. So just a little different. Like you wouldn't need both in your collection. They're very similar. Very similar. This next one is called Fudgesicle, and I got this one because it's like, it's brown, but it's almost like a purpley brown or like a reddy brown. So you can kind of course, I don't know if you'd be able to tell, around the neck of the bottle, how it's kind of got that almost red undertone to it. But it looks very brown, like on the brush, but the brush is dark as well. But like around the neck of the bottle, you can see it's got a little bit of a red undertone to it. It's almost like a chocolate cherry. I have one that's called Cherry Mocha. I believe it's from D&D, but it's more of a red with a little bit of a brown. This is a brown with a little bit of a red, if that makes sense. So it's more brown than red, but it has that like reddy undertone to it. So then the next one here is a shimmer, and it's called Red Ribbons. And it is just a nice shimmery red. So it's just kind of like your straight up basic light red with a nice like metallic-y shimmer to it. Very pretty. These will be very handy for, you know, all of those holidays where you're needing red, you know, Valentine's Day and all of that. So our next one here was called Guardian Slimmer. Not sure exactly what that kind of means, but whatever. This one is a pink shimmer. It's got like a silvery kind of shimmer to it, and it reminded me of a polish from Gelish that I have. If I can grab the right swatch stick or the right swatch wheel. Okay, so I have this random wheel, but this is what this one reminded me of. This one is from Gelish, and it is called High Voltage. So we have High Voltage from Gelish. This is what this reminds me of. Now, I think High Voltage is going to be a little bit sparklier Like it's got a little bit more of a silver kind of sparkle to it. Maybe a little bit chunkier than what our Guardian Slimmer is gonna be. It's a little bit more of a shimmer. Smaller particles of glitter. Of course the regular polish here is kind of thin, so it's kind of hard to see the opacity. But that's what that one reminded me of, and this one is kind of a favorite, but I don't love Gelish as a whole. It's not my favorite brand. So I only have a few of those. But I did pick that one up because I thought it was close to that one, to be a dupe for that one. So then our next one here is called Red Stone, number 477. I don't think I said any of the numbers of the other ones, but you saw them on the screen, obviously. So this one, Red Stone, is a nice, deep, berry-toned red shimmer. I love this one. This one I want to put on my toes, which reminds me, this is why I pick up the duo pack when I get these. This is a super duper dark. It's not quite as dark as it looks on camera to me right now. It's a little bit brighter in person. But this one also reminds me of one from Gelish, this one right here, that is called My Forbidden Love. And I think it's gonna be a pretty good dupe. I think this has just got a little bit more of a red. This has a little bit more of that berry tone to it, but very, very similar. So I'm happy to have that one in my collection. That was called Red Stone. Very pretty, very pretty. And then these last two are some more chunky reds. So we have Hot Jazz is this next one, 463. And it is a very twinkly red, almost like a ruby slipper kind of look to it. Oh my gosh, these regular polishes really smell. Ooh. But yeah, this has a red, is it a red jelly base or is it just a clear base? This might, yeah, it looks like it's a little bit of a red jelly base with a bunch of sparkly red glitters in it. Very pretty. And these are chunkier, a little bit chunkier than what is in Naughty or Nice. You can kind of see the difference, how it kind of twinkles a little bit more. This is a little bit finer of a glitter. And then here with the cherry. So, okay, which makes sense. This is probably why I ended up getting all three of these. This would have the finest glitter, this would be kind of medium, and this would be kind of chunky. Now in the grand scheme of things, this is still probably like a medium or a fine, fine and super fine. But this to me is a little chunky, like that's in my brain is kind of chunky. And then this last one, Fireworks Star, is just brighter, but it kind of has the same glitters as our Hot Jazz. So that one is 402 and it's called Fireworks Star. And it's got a very, very thin red jelly base, or it could possibly be just a clear base that this one is in. But it has some super sparkly red glitters in it as well. They look like they're all about the same size, but very pretty, very pretty. Now, I'm not gonna swatch all of these because that would be a nightmare and that would take forever. But yeah, so that's all I have today for this little haul. This was, again, the D&D end of year sale. So if you want to know any more about D&D, if you don't know anything about them as a brand, leave your questions down below. Any other comments that you have, don't hesitate to leave them below. I always try to answer everybody back. But yeah, the D&D brand is a very affordable gel polish brand that is used a lot in a lot of salons, especially around me. That's, you know, what most people have said to me. If they come to me from other salons, if they have found me, they don't know anything about Madame Glam, but that's my preferred brand. But I'm always on the lookout for other brands that have some fun, funky finishes, and the glitters, the sparkles, you know, all my clients love that. And if I can get the matching regular polish, that is awesome, because I will be using that for pedicures. I use that on my own pedicures. So yeah, that definitely comes in handy. And like I said, you can normally get the duo pack, the gel polish and the regular polish, for like $12. Now some of them, like, do I have one handy? I do not. They have a 9D cat eye collection that is their DC line, and those only come in gel. They don't have a regular polish version of that in their DC line. Their DC line is just gel. So they only have the gel polish in that. But most of their other gel polish is in the duo packs, so you can get the duo packs. Now the DC line, I think most of their gel polishes are like $10 to $12 just for the gel polish, which is still a pretty good deal, because like Madam Glam is between $11 and $15 now, I think, depending on the glitter or cream finish. So they're all, you know, fairly comparable price-wise, and they are, you know, a fairly, like the formulas are really good as far as their you know, across the board. Their formulas are pretty, you know, uniform, I guess is the word I'm looking for. That, so they don't have, like, you know, all the glitters are going to be kind of in that jelly type base. If you're finding like the cream colors are all going to be like a good solid cream color. I don't have a bunch of those from D&D just because I have my collection of Madam Glam, so I don't need to have two of the same color from two different brands, if that makes sense. Like I have the brand that I have most of, and that's what I, you know, gravitate towards. When it comes to the glitters and other finishes, I will look elsewhere to find ones that I can't find from like Madam Glam. But yeah, so overall D&D is one of my like top 5. Maybe I'll do a video. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see a video of, like, you know, my top 5 brands of gel polish, or you know, something like that, because I do have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got probably about 6 or 7, maybe more than that. I mean, I do have some off brands and some AliExpress brands and some Amazon brands that I have a few of, so I can't really say that they're like a favorite brand. But I can definitely do, you know, a brand comparison when it comes to what I like and what I've used. So let me know down below if you want to see that, and I can definitely pull that together. But yeah, so that is all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell to make sure that you are notified the next time I do post a video. Let me know in the comments what other types of videos you want to see. Do you enjoy the swatch videos? Because I can totally incorporate that in. Like I said, I just didn't do this today because I got a bunch of other things going on right now, so I just wanted to do kind of an unboxing and kind of show the stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I'm gonna get all this stuff put away and get my nail room kind of back in order, because I've got a crap ton of stuff laying all over the floor because this is my last unboxing of the day. So I think I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and then maybe do my nails. I don't know if I'm gonna film that. I don't know, because I'm probably not going to do it over here because this is my little filming setup, but I need to get back on Amazon and get my other surge protector ordered so I can get all my stuff plugged in and ready to go over here. so that I'm like ready to go so I can do swatch videos without having to move stuff around. But we'll get there. It's you know, we're working, it's a process. I'm getting there, because if this is your first video that you're watching and you've made it this far and you haven't clicked off on it yet because I've been rambling, I appreciate you. I appreciate all the ones that have stuck it out from the beginning. But if this is your first video, please go check out my nail room renovation videos that I have posted in my playlist for the nail studio renovations, I think is what it is. But I'm still like rearranging things in my nail studio now that we are done with the construction and we have our, or well, I guess my nail studio is completely finished. I'm still rearranging and reorganizing and getting things set up how I want them. So it's a learning curve and we'll get there, but I'm starting to get my nail station kind of set up here. I'm a little crooked. There we go. I'm a little crooked. But this is my filming space. It's just a little like work desk that I have kind of modified to be my filming station that just sits here. And it just holds all my junk. Sorry, I needed a drink of my tea. If you haven't tried this blackberry pure leaf tea, super yummy. But anyways, yeah, I'm just kind of getting all of my stuff in order and organized so that I can just pull stuff, film it, and then I can put it away and I don't have to disrupt anything that is over here. That is my desk behind me, that is my client desk that I leave set up for my clients so I don't have to move stuff around. I have an extra lamp that I'm going to keep here to do all of my swatches, and when I do my nails I can just sit here and do my nails and it'll just be here and I'll have everything plugged in, but I got to get my surge protector for that. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all I need to ramble on about. So I appreciate you sticking it out this far. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you. You are my people. And I appreciate you. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe and do all the, you know, thumbs up and leave me comments and all of that stuff. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.